up, and welcome back to Opposites Attract Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How was your day?
How was your week?
How is your life?
Going. And today, make sure you guys go to oppositesattractpodcast.com. When you guys go to our website, you'll be able to see ways that you can follow all of our social media. You can watch the podcast there. You can listen to it there. And you'll also be able to see how you can support the show by clicking the support the show link and shopping through Amazon. And you can contact us on there. And we'll tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later.
Yay.
So what's happening, babe? You seem like you've got a lot more energy since 45 minutes ago. Because you were looking like you were going to pass out.
Would you like my cookie? Would you like to eat my cookie?
Of course. Really? That you're starting with this?
So I am wearing, you're not going to tell them
gingerbread-
why I'm asking you if you would like to eat my cookie.
You guys got to watch the podcast. Sonja's wearing a gingerbread cookie outfit.
It's so I saw this outfit and it was on a hanger and it's brown. It's like caca brown, okay?
Yeah.
And when I saw it on the hanger, I'm like, okay, this is hideous. This is perfect.
For an ugly
sweater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Event. And we have 2 of them that we're going to. One I already went to. Anyways, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great because it's a jumpsuit. It's not just a sweater. So then I put it on and I'm like, ooh, I make this thing look cute.
It's not so ugly anymore.
It's not so ugly anymore. And then I get a response from Miguel, and you're digging it.
I'm like, what's up,
he couldn't
gingerbread?
keep his hands off of me.
Like, what's up, gingerbread lady?
And so I wanted to really quick before we get into anything
got some cheeks.
else, is that I got a question for us. That I forgot to even mention to you. But because we are always talking about how busy we are, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it like all the time. And I just put a Facebook post up on all the pictures that I've taken for weeks I haven't been able to put up.
I saw that. Mm-hmm. And I was going to put, I'm going to put a comment.
Yes.
Because you put up a post with 42 pictures.
Yes.
Acting like it's the end of the month. It's not the end of the month.
It was.
And we have Christmas coming.
I know. I know.
So it's going to get crazier.
I know. Anyways, so I had a question and she's like, well, if you guys are always so busy, when do you have time to be intimate?
Babe, you got to tell me.
And, babe, I'm going to talk about sex right now. Let's talk about sex, baby. Right. And so for one, I have to have it because I get angry. Yeah. Right? Like I just...
Sexually frustrated? I don't know what that... There's got to be another word for it. But.
Yes. So I have to get mine and I will take it regardless.
Yes. She's a raper.
You like it.
Yeah.
So anyways, to answer your question...
You got to say, I'm not a raper. That's from, remember Step Brothers?
Oh, yeah, but then I'd be lying.
She had this look in her eyes.
Yeah.
And she said, get it on. I meant about the fighting. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah, great.
Sorry.
Anyways, so we tend to sleep naked.
Yes.
But for the past week or so...
It's been colder in Arizona.
Yes, so I've been sleeping with PJs on, which...
these fucking onesies.
I never do, right? I normally don't. Ugh. But it's been chilly.
They look good, but ugh.
Well, the zipper's in the front, and it's just a lot.
One day, I'm going to get in that drawer, and I'm just cutting holes in all your onesies.
You know what? Why don't you buy me one that has an opening in the back?
Because those are a different style, and I don't think you can wear those around.
Anyways.
But we can get some of those. And you guys can pick those up on Amazon, and you can shop through our link.
Yes. And so anyways, that there has helped us.
Yeah. Just sleeping naked.
Right. And I noticed, I'm like, I'm feeling like it's time. I feel I'm getting a bit angry inside. So I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? Remember, I'm like, hey, normally we have sex often.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, what the hell? What's up? And then I realized it's because I've been wearing clothes to bed.
Yep.
And you've been wearing clothes to bed.
Yeah. Because it's been colder.
Yeah. So as soon as I recognized that, I removed the clothes and started sleeping naked. And I got me some.
Yep.
Right? Regardless of how busy you are, it is so important to make sure that you guys are taking care of each other.
Yeah.
Because that's how we connect. Like, connect. No.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think that does help a lot. It's just because you hear people talk about like put it in your schedule.
Put it in your butt.
Put it in your mouth. Put it in your schedule, right? Like you got to schedule. That just fucking seems weird. I think we've tried.
Hell
no.
I
think you might have sent me like one meeting notice or some shit one time.
That doesn't work.
But I'm like, there's people that actually talk about doing that.
Well,
it's like, put me in your schedule for 3 minutes. You know?
Yeah. It all depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Because then I don't want it to feel like work. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to feel like, oh.
No, well, what they mean is like as parents, they're just so freaking busy all the time that's the only way that they're going to actually get it done, because at the end of the night, they're so exhausted.
And we understand that.
Yeah.
That's been us lately, right?
But if you're going to bed and you guys are both naked,
yes,
you don't have to schedule shit.
No, because I back up into him.
Yep.
Like you're feeling me. Like I am literally, my butt is right there.
Yep. Ready.
Yep. And whenever I feel it's time, I just twerk it.
Yep.
And then you start to grow.
Really, babe? Mom, fucking, I hope you forwarded ahead.
And then we come together. Right? Yes, we connect.
Exactly.
Anyways, it is
point.
so important. It just is. And if sleeping naked isn't your thing, or it's not something, if it's just not your thing, maybe you might have to schedule it. And I'm not saying that doesn't work, because if you know, right, that Wednesday is your day, then you can get yourself prepared. Yeah. Right? Like you can get yourself prepared. You can make sure you shave all the parts that you need to shave.
Right. Because if you're just sleeping naked all the time,
outfits on, you may
not always be prepared.
Right.
If you're going to bed naked. But if you schedule it like that, yeah.
And what has also helped us is we're very open, right? Like we're pretty open. We like trying new things. And so, we have gadgets that also keep it, very interesting in the bedroom, especially when you've been together for so long. We've been together for 14 years. Like you have to keep the heat and Christmas the desire and the passion.
Pick one up ready. On Amazon. Again. All right, let's do it.
Hey, on our post, when I put this up, I'm going to warn the moms, do not watch or listen to this podcast.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hey, check out our sign.
Oh, yeah.
We got to
check it out. I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
But there you go. Yeah.
That's why I put that explicit content on this sign. You guys got to watch this on YouTube and Facebook.
But anyway, so yeah, if you schedule it, you can prepare yourself. But it's very important to keep that connection, to keep that flow going, because you will end up getting sexually frustrated. And being sexually frustrated ends up causing arguments, right? Ends up causing arguments. Like I'll just want to poke at you.
To start fights.
Yeah. And now
and then you need to be put in your place.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm asking for.
Right.
I'm being asked for you to put me in my place. But Miguel's really good because of the communication. When I'm getting sexually frustrated. Yeah. And I voice it. Yeah. Right? Before I wouldn't voice it. And then it would cause conflict because I felt that why should I have to remind you or come to you and tell you, you should know my needs. We've been married for 14 years. Some women are like, yeah, no, that's the wrong thing to do.
I mean, like we're always we're not always thinking about the same things all the time.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing wrong with you saying something. Now, the way you say something could help or
That's
hurt the
true.
situation.
Very true. Do you remember a time, because I know I've done it. Oh, I know I've done it before we started communicating and figuring it out.
Well, I do know, because I'm also kind of stubborn and shit. So
and it's good that he recognizes that too. Most men will not admit to that.
Because before, like, we don't have this problem anymore. But before, like, I know that if you were kind of frustrated like that and you came at me a certain way, then all it's going to do is piss me off.
Right.
You know, and then it's like, all right, well, now I really don't feel like it.
Right.
You know, because now I'm pissed.
Right. Well, recently you and I got into a disagreement. Oh, well, here you go. Here you go.
Putting us on blast?
Yes. People need to hear this and they appreciate it. Right? But we were going through a disagreement recently. And in the morning, I'll remember what the disagreement was about, or either you will. But in the morning, it was early in the morning. It was on a Friday because the kids had school. And we were about to throw down in the room.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, the kids are still here. Let's wait until they leave. Because then it's
nobody's here.
Yeah, nobody's in here. Nothing. It's all good, right? We're not going to have any interruptions. And so it was heated in the bedroom, but then we decided to call it quits and we were going to get back to it when the kids left. Yeah. But you and I got into some kind of disagreement, and after that disagreement, I no longer felt like having sex with you because of where my emotions were.
Yeah.
So I had to, once we talked about it and we settled the disagreement.
And we went to sleep naked.
Yeah. Then everything unfolded. So men, and maybe some women out there, in order to make sure that you are getting your needs met, you need to be in a good place. Like you just said, there's times where I would get you upset, and here I am trying to get you to...
You're trying to get something from me.
Yeah, right. To be intimate with me, and I just made you feel a certain way. You're not going to want to please me.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to want to be intimate with me when you're pissed off at me or we just had a disagreement.
Yeah.
Right? And in the past, I used to like makeup sex. I wanted makeup sex.
So you wanted to start fights so we could have makeup sex?
No, like we would have disagreements, but after
you were like looking
I would
forward?
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
I would want sex and you would not. You were like just kind of pushing, like you were not. You needed to also get your emotions in place. So even some men are that way because normally it's women.
Yeah.
You know, where there's an emotional disconnect and they don't feel like being intimate with their significant other because of that.
Right. And for guys, like you have to, you know, be ready to go. And if you're pissed off, you know, like it's probably not the best time for it, you know?
Right. So if there is a miscommunication or a disagreement, whatever it may be.
And then all that can turn into is if you fucking go anyway.
Resolve it. It's very important to resolve the situation so that you guys can get it on.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But we just make it happen. And we've just found a process that works for us.
Or it's like
and that process
little
is
hack.
Sleeping naked for us.
Yep.
And
helps.
So try it out. And if that doesn't work for you, then try something else out. It's like trial and error. You have to continue to try different things.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, with us, you know, we tried pillows. We liked the pillows. Yeah. Right? We got a swing. We liked the swing. We got all kinds of different
put
toys.
Ourselves out there like that.
I know, right? Yeah. We've got all kinds of toys. I have lingerie, right? You have Santa Claus boxers.
With the little jingle bells. Mr. Tuxedo. No, I don't have that one.
The elephant.
The elephant with the trunk.
Yeah.
All right, babe. Our fucking moms listen to this, babe. Sorry, Mom.
No, No, babe, you know who listens to this as well?
I know.
Couples.
I know.
You know what? Today, during your competition.
I know. I'm just kidding.
We saw
nothing,
two of.
It's
I know,
nothing that they haven't
but
heard
listen,
before. Because
right,
we've done, what, over 200 episodes.
But we have new listeners, man.
I'm just kidding.
And we saw two of our friends today at your competition. Congratulations on your competition. And they were telling me how much they enjoyed the realness of our podcast because we talk about real things that couples need to hear and at times have challenges with. And we've been through so many challenges and, you know, having this podcast, our job is to speak our truth and be as vulnerable as we can so that we can help, you know, save a marriage, save a relationship.
I don't remember who I was talking to earlier this week, but they were saying something about how, like, just recording a podcast, which is true. Like, just me and you sitting here recording a podcast, even if this never got put out to anybody, like how much just sitting and talking
that's true
has helped our relationship, you know?
That's very true. Because how many times, maybe that's something we could talk about.
Or just sitting and talking.
You know,
and we do a lot of, like, we talk here, but we also sit and talk about a lot of stuff.
Right. And when was the last time you talked to your significant other about goals? Right? Or what is it, you know, that
what are the
you
conversations?
want, you know, in life, in your relationship, you know, having those conversations will bring you closer, will fill you, or you will feel more connected to your significant other because you're having these deep personal conversations with goals that have to do with your future, you know, and talk about the children and, you know, just talk about the finances. Most couples can't talk about finances because of the disagreements or maybe, you know, the communication and it's the way you communicate. You know, you and we've learned to communicate from love and respect.
Yeah.
I
think, I don't know, like you kind of look at where we're going. You know, when you start looking at that and like where we see ourselves going and it's like that stuff doesn't help. Like all it does is get in the way of where we're going. You know what I mean? So it's better, like if we're going to, even if it's an issue or a disagreement or whatever, like it's easier and faster to get through it if we're just kind of communicating and talking about it without getting pissed off. And, you know, because like the stuff that we go through now, it doesn't usually last very long,
right?
Anymore,
right? Because
it's like maybe something happens in the afternoon and we'll talk about it in the evening, or whatever. And even still, like that doesn't really something. Actually, more now, it's like if something is going on, like we may even just make a comment while it's happening, and that's the end of it,
right?
You know, because it's not like we're taking it personal or it's just pointing stuff out.
And sometimes you just have to learn to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I think with our last conversation, it was, you know, I had to take a look within and see if there was an issue within me. What was the disagreement about? It was about your weight. That's what it was.
Was that what happened?
That was the disagreement. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and so are you okay with us talking about that?
Yeah, I don't
okay,
care.
So really quick, when I met Miguel was
probably around
heavier.
I was probably around 200 pounds.
And I've just always liked just meat, right? Meat. Something to grab onto. And when Miguel started to lose all this weight, I started to feel a certain way, and I voiced it in not a good way to where I made, you know, Miguel feel a certain way. And I mean, I can understand how you feel because we can flip that around.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I had to do. I had to put myself in your situation. And I also had to look within. Like, is there something within me is there insecurity within me that is causing me to feel this way?
Yeah.
And when I asked myself that, it wasn't an insecurity. And I say that because I was insecure about your age.
Yeah.
So I know how that feels.
I think I know. I just thought of somebody that I think I remember having the same exact thing. I'll tell you later. But yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna.
I think so. I don't want to put it, yeah.
Oh, you don't want to throw it out
Just,
right now?
Yeah. It's private.
So, you know.
But so it's not like you're.
At the end of the day, like I realized that I planted a seed and made you feel a certain way. And I didn't realize exactly what I was doing. And so just throughout the years, because you've been at your weight for a bit, you haven't gotten
really, yeah. I mean, I've been up like 20 pounds in the last 3 months, but that's about as heavy as I've gotten.
Right. But Miguel brought that to my attention.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated. And it all started because of a freaking text that I sent to you.
Yeah.
And so with texting, this has happened to me several times before. And we even talked about this in my certification class, that how depending on the state of mind that you're in, if you're in a happy state, if you're in a depressed, sad state, depends on how you receive a text when someone texts you.
Yeah.
Right? And so I had sent a text and I can see how
I took it.
How you took it. Yeah, like
right.
I understood. But what I told Miguel is like...
It was kind of like almost... Because I sent you a picture of me after I worked out.
Yes.
Right? I had my shirt off and, I'm training for this tournament. And I was away for work and I went in my hotel. I went to the gym and I sent you a picture afterward. And the way I took the text that you sent me, it was kind of like almost not even... It's like dismissing the work that I'm doing. And it's kind of like you'd rather me be big.
But I did not say that.
No.
Read the
but
text.
That's kind of like the way I took it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Read the text. And so we're going to give you guys this example because trust me, I know if you're in a relationship, this has happened to you. And so communication, like being a master communicator is what I'm learning now. And there's times where I'm very lazy with my vocabulary and it comes out in my text. Right? It comes out in my text. It comes out even when I speak to you as well.
Yeah.
And just being aware of how this text is coming off. But go ahead and read it.
So I sent you the first one and you said, "You have always looked sexy to me."
Okay. So with that is how I feel. Like, and you know that because I'm attracted to you. It doesn't matter whether you're heavy or thin. Like I am just attracted to you. And I know you know that because I'm always filling you up, smacking your butt. I'm always wanting sex. If I wasn't attracted to you, I wouldn't be on you like that.
Yeah.
But then I sent another text. Go ahead.
And it is, what I do enjoy is how often I get sex because you feel better about yourself and, I'm in shape and all that. Yeah.
So I can see how that. Go ahead and explain how you took.
The way I took it was, it's like you've always looked sexy to me. It's kind of like yeah, you look good now, but you've always looked sexy. Like I liked you when you were fat too.
But see, I didn't say that. But that's how you took that.
And then, but that combined with the next text is what I do enjoy.
Right.
Which is kind of like dismissing what I'm doing.
I should have put, I also enjoy.
Right.
Yes. See, but you know me. And you know at times.
Yeah, but that's not what you wrote.
But you
I know. But that's why it's also not a big deal. Like we talked about it. It was an issue for a little bit and that was it.
Right. But it did, get a little bit, not heated, but I got hurt during the conversation. You got hurt during the conversation. Well, because of the miscommunication.
Yeah. But and to me, even though like I know you've told me in the past, like you like guys that are like you don't like skinny dudes, and I'm just people are different. I'm not the fucking buff jack dude. Like I can get in good shape, but the thing that I knew is that I'm doing something good.
Right.
Like this is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, like it's not healthy for me to be heavy, no matter how much you may like it.
Right.
And no matter how you feel about it, this is what's best for me.
Right. And that's what I came to terms with. Even before, that's why that text message, when you told me that, I'm like, that's not what I meant. Because I already came to terms with that.
Yeah.
Right. I remember one time when I was lifting heavy and you made a comment that you didn't want me to be, and that stuck with me. And I stopped. I stopped lifting heavy. Just recently, I started lifting heavy and you didn't give me any crap about it. You didn't say anything because I told you I was even thinking of doing a bodybuilding contest and you were like, go for it. Right? So that made me feel good.
You look incredible. I like the way, I like girls that are in shape, you know, like what the fuck. But it's not like steroids jacked. Like that's different. I don't find that attractive. But I don't even know if that's healthy.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I was talking about.
See, another miscommunication because that's not the way I took it because I wouldn't take steroids.
Yeah.
Right? So
but for you to be like, you know, ripped and in shape, like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So yeah, I didn't take that at all. That's
right.
not what I got from you.
So there was another miscommunication.
You know? So the miscommunication in relationships can go can stem from a text message or the way you speak or how you said something. And so what I'm learning now is that if I say something and I notice that you are offended, my job is to ask you, what did you hear me say? Yeah. Or how did I say it? Because the only way I'm going to get better at communicating is by making sure, you know, that I'm communicating the right way.
Yeah.
Why are you what?
No,
I'm gonna jack you up right now.
No. There's something that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Because not right now, but we can pick it up in a little bit. No, like language.
Yes.
When you speak.
Yes.
Like I want to talk about that. But I don't know if you wanted to keep.
No, that's it. I think they sex, sleep naked, figure it out.
There you go.
Communicate.
And what I was gonna say to add to what you were saying just a second ago, is that at the end of the day, you kind of like, we love each other,
right?
You know, so it's like, all right, if you tell me that that's not the way you meant it, and I tell you that this is the way I took it, like, all right, let's fucking move on. Yeah. We love each other.
Like, I'm sorry.
It's good.
And I told you that. Like, I'm sorry, you know, that I made you feel that way. Like, I would never want to hurt the man that I love.
So, like, why get so fucking bent out of shape about it? You know? Mm-hmm. And that's how you just kind of work it out and move past it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but while we were having that discussion, the language came up because we were discussing what was happening. And there was a point where I was just quiet for a minute because I was thinking about what I wanted to say because I didn't want to say the wrong thing or exactly. I just didn't want to say something that you could take the wrong way. Right. Mm-hmm. And
I took it the wrong way.
I
took it the wrong way.
And that's when you started crying. And I'm like, fuck, that's not the way I wanted her to take it.
So, let's talk about this because what I heard you saying, because I spoke how I felt. Like, I told you how I felt, and then you told me, like, I would never say that to you. Like, it's like every compliment you ever given me, this is how I took it. Do you remember what you said? It's like, you shouldn't say anything if it's not nice, basically.
Not it wasn't that, because like when you started pointing stuff out, I did know, like, you do say things.
Yeah.
But if there have been times where when I would say something, instead of, like, I've been fucking working hard on shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
My fucking knees start hurting, my fucking toes hurt, everything fucking hurts. But I'm progressing, right? And then when, like, my wife, I send you something and it's kind of like, there you go, or like, kind of like, I'd rather you be bigger.
But I don't. I've never said that. But because that seed's been planted, that's how you take everything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why it was.
So
I don't know if that's what we were trying to get at. But.
So Miguel, what happened was, he basically told me, like, hey babe, you would prefer that, me say good job, you're sexy, whatever, which I call you sexy all the time. But pretty much what I got from the conversation from Miguel is that...
Well, I said, just look at the text.
When I send him pictures and he responds, it's like, oh, he's just being nice. It's not like you really actually
but you can't
think I'm sexy. But what you said made me feel like everything you've said to me is a fucking lie just to sugarcoat and make me happy and make me feel good.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
But do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
So it's another miscommunication.
Yeah. And so, because... I mean, the way you were...
Because that's not the way I tell you that I think you're sexy, and you send me a picture and I'll respond accordingly.
Yes, but it's like, do you really feel that way? Or are you just saying that because you don't want to hurt my feelings?
Why would you take it that way? I'm telling you.
Right. Well, I've never took it that way until the conversation that we had the other day, because I told you because of what I said, and you preferred me to. Anyways, you guys, it's everything stems with communication, and learning how to communicate is so important, and making sure that you're coming from love and respect and coming from a good place. And if you're not in the right state of mind, if you are upset about the house being dirty or about the kids, right? Do not open a conversation, because you're going to open that conversation heated, because you're already heated.
Yeah. And remember that you guys love each other. And you guys are trying to work through this. Right. Right?
Yep.
Let's just work it out.
That's what we're going to do later.
Yep. And in the meantime, you guys can go to our website, oppositesattractpodcast.com, and share it with your friends. Wherever you guys listen to the podcast, if you guys can leave us a comment, a review, subscribe, like, share, all that stuff.
So we are a video and audio podcast. So it's important that you all know that you can watch this, because sometimes Miguel does some crazy stuff and you may want to see
And Sonja wears some sexy stuff, like the gingerbread outfit.
And sometimes you may want to see it. And it's a lot more funnier probably if you're watching it, because you get to see the things that other people, that you're listening to. But anyways, share it, like it, review.
And if you don't know, review.
Yeah, if you're on iTunes, leave us a review. Let us know if we're doing a good job, or if we're not. No.
Yeah. And also, if you guys want to send us a message, you can call us at 480-331-9846.
As a matter of fact, we would love to hear from you guys. So if you're a couple and you've been together for a while, or whatever, you found a process or a system to keep it heated.
Sleeping naked. If you guys have a hack, something like that, that's simple, that can help, that helps your relationship.
Yes, and that can help other relationships, we would love to hear from you. Or
maybe it'll help us out.
Yeah, for sure. And if you've been a couple who maybe you have a podcast, or you've been together and you've gone through some really challenging times, we would like to interview you to see if you would be, if you can qualify to be a guest on our podcast. Yeah. So we're going to be doing a lot of that in the following year. I know it's been a bit since we've had a guest, but with all the crap that's been happening, it's just turned out that way. But we're going to get back on it in 2023.
We just got to get through December.
Excited. Yes.
So make sure you guys go to the website, oppositesattractpodcast.com. Also, when you go there, you can click on the support the show tab. You'll see our Amazon link, which whatever you purchase through Amazon, after you're done putting everything in your cart. You click on that link. It'll take you back to the cart. And when you check out, it'll help out the show. Doesn't cost you anything extra. And it's Christmas time. You guys can buy stuff for your family and help us out at the same time. And we definitely appreciate it. And you guys can buy us a coffee.
So if you guys would like to buy us a coffee or I don't know,
both got coffee
beverage, alcohol beverage, whatever it may be, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/oppositepod. And if you would like to sign up for a monthly subscription, you can do that too. $1, $5, $10, $250, whatever it may be.
There you go. Yep. And you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/oppositepod.
Also, we had mentioned that I was giving some gifting sessions, coaching gifting sessions out, and I had 2 slots left. So if you would like to...
You've been kicking ass with the freaking getting those coaching sessions set up.
Yes, it's amazing. I absolutely love it. You know, this is my purpose. This is my journey. I know this is where I'm supposed to be. And so if you would, like to be one of those sessions, you can call us. Yeah,
480-331-9846. Or you can also send us a message on the website. If you click on the contact us, it'll take you to the part where you can send us a message.
If you have an adolescent, I just decided to add this because I've always worked with adolescents. I would go into foster group homes, and I worked with girls from 11 to 18, and I really loved it. It's my passion, one of my passions.
I think that's our music outside.
Oh, nice.
Somebody turn it on.
I'm like, oh, nice. If you have an adolescent that maybe is having a difficult time, I would be happy to gift a session to your adolescent, your preteen, cool. or your teenager. So, who knows where this, the coaching, whether it's going to be relationships, adolescents, but through these gifting sessions, I'm sure that I'll find out what my direction is going to be.
Yeah. But you've been helping, people with all kinds of stuff before.
Oh yeah.
Well, and now with all the coaching and you're just kind of getting it set up and structured where you
actually can building a program.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So,
but
definitely excited about that.
Yeah, I've been coaching since 2006. Yeah, pretty much mentoring and coaching. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Yep, that's it.
So yeah, talking about the freaking crazy week. I mean, it's only December 10th. And it's been just the last couple days since I went out of town. Well,
our tree is still naked, you guys.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. The last podcast that we recorded, what did we record? We recorded that Sunday night?
Yeah.
I think we recorded it Sunday night because before that, you were at your training classes.
Mm-hmm. You left out of town.
You came home at 9:00 at night on Sunday, and I flew out Monday morning.
Yeah.
And then I was gone for 3 days, and then I got back on Wednesday, and I had to work. No, I got back Wednesday evening. Thursday I worked, and then we had concerts.
Oh, yeah. Choir concert, band concerts, practice and concert.
Math tutoring.
Yes. I mean, it was oh my goodness.
Nonstop. And then this morning, we were at the softball fields at 6:30 in the morning.
You guys, Miguel and I, we took a pillow.
We fucking slept in the car for an hour.
Sunglasses. Yes.
Well, because the girls, they go out there to warm up and everything. So their game didn't start till 8. Right. So whenever their game starts, we're there an hour and a half before. Yes. So they can set up their nets and they warm up and practice and all that stuff a little bit before the game starts. Mm-hmm. And we were and the place was 30 minutes away almost. So we just took our stuff with us and crashed in the car for an hour. And then they played 3 games and they kicked ass.
Yes.
And it was awesome. It was awesome seeing the girls, man. They've had some struggles and now it's so great to see
their growth.
Somebody when they have struggles like that and then they start winning and seeing them win. It's cool.
Yes.
But yeah, so they had 3 games and that ended at after 1. It was 1:30.
Yes.
And because I had a tournament today, I really hadn't eaten a lot because I had to weigh in and I just wanted to make sure that my weight was going to be good. So it was pretty much fasting because I had black coffee. I was fasting till 1. Probably not the best idea for a fucking tournament day. Mm-mm. But fasting till like maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then my fight was actually like at 3:30, which it went a little late. And then now we came straight home. Our stuff was set up already because we were planning on recording yesterday.
Yes.
And we didn't get a chance to. And then now we're going to a Christmas party, and it's just bam, 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 one thing after another.
And then tomorrow we get to do it all over again.
Tomorrow's editing and
club.
Tournament.
Yeah, she has a
tomorrow.
tournament.
So we'll be editing remotely from the softball fields.
Yeah.
But that leads me to something that I was thinking when you were upstairs getting ready. I was out getting us coffee and stuff. And it is true. Like this month's been fucking crazy already.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done a lot of shit in the first 10 days already. Right? And I think
good job, babe.
a lot of times people underestimate what they're capable of.
Oh, all the time.
You know what I mean?
All the time.
Like we
do it
so much
mm-hmm.
if you really just like focus and fucking buckle down.
Have a plan. You
know?
have to have a plan.
I mean, that's the only way. Like, I mean, we're always talking. Like, actually, where was it? Yesterday, we went to a Christmas party. I didn't even, and that was a fucking awesome time.
Yeah.
You know, but on the way to the Christmas party, what was I telling you? We need to look up how long it takes to get to the tournament, how long it's going to take to get back for the next day, the next morning, because we needed to be there at 6:30.
Right.
And like how much time we like we're planning shit out on our way to places. So that we can get it all, like fit it all in.
Right.
You know?
It's a beautiful shit show. I, for one, well, like when we came home after your competition, so my cousin's having a Christmas party and I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. And, oh my goodness. But then my body is like, girl, you ain't going anywhere. And I'm laying down, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And there's a tree, a naked tree. And I'm thinking of everything that's going on. And I'm like, maybe we won't go, right? Yeah. I said, you know what? We have just too much. I mean, that there is just going to add. And then I'm like, you know what? Heck no. Let's just go for a little bit. Let's just go have some fun. Right? Blow off some steam and then have more fun when we get home.
Look, pretty soon, even if the next week and a half continues to be crazy, after that, Christmas is coming. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just take some time to just chill. You know?
You know what changed my mind?
What's that?
About going to the Christmas party?
What?
Audrey wanted to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Suck it up, buttercup. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Come on, gingerbread cookie. No, we're going to party.
Hey, so this kind of reminds me of something. There was a comment that somebody made on YouTube on one of our videos. Mm-hmm. And it was about like how, I think it was the Bill Burr one now that I think about, because it was like, remember how I was talking about how I had like a little bit of time and you were like, hey, we should fucking go do this. And I'm like, fuck, like that's the only time that I have, you know? And the guy commented, I don't know if it meant to be like a negative comment, but in a way he's not wrong. But what he said was something like he lives in a place like out in the country where you kind of have your dog and you sit on your porch in your rocking chair, you drink your coffee, maybe you look at the stars at night. Like life is calm and it's chill. Mm-hmm. And he was like, listening to our life sounds like a fucking disaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he may not be wrong. Yeah. But
it's a beautiful disaster.
There's a place for everything because we have those moments too.
Yes.
Where we're just like
chilling,
relaxing and enjoying, like just taking it in. Taking it in.
Yes, all of it. Like we're busy. This is what I need to make clear because this is where I feel he misunderstood us is because even though we're busy, we are freaking present, right? Yeah. When we are at those softball games, we are with our daughter.
Yeah, we're cheering for the team.
Cheering for her. Yeah. We're there. We're watching her. We are there with her. When we are, doing things, running from jiu-jitsu or anywhere, we are there with our children.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going nuts. We're, driving each other crazy. Like it's so stressed out and it's so just all over the place. No, we are holding hands, walking to, walking from,
and
hugging.
It's not like I love going and watching Audrey sing. Like even
Yes.
taking Joey to tutoring and then picking him up and seeing him figuring stuff out, like him getting excited, you know, like all of that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we fucking run from one place to another. But shit, man, it's fulfilling.
Yes, the band concert, watching him, hearing him. These are the moments that we can't get back. These are the moments that are going to last a lifetime. They are going to remember mommy and daddy being at every concert and every game. They're going to remember that.
Somebody was always there.
That's right.
Yep.
Somebody was always there.
Yeah.
We are leading by example.
And even if we weren't there, we were asking about it. Like it's almost like you knew that it was like almost like we in spirit, you know?
We're always there.
Right. You know, like I missed the band concert.
Oh, you know
what I mean?
But I'm there.
Kind of like the tournament last week.
Okay.
Sometimes that's what happens, but I'm there, but you're there.
Right.
And I'm sure that when I wasn't there, you probably told Joey, you know, dad would have loved it or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Like, yeah. And the kids know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, he knew. I said, I'm sending daddy these pictures. Yeah. Right? So they never they know, and they see us. So they know that daddy, that you and
I asked them
travel for work. They know that because they step it up when you are gone. Like I'm like, baby, it's crazy. I have a talk with both of them. It's going to be crazy. Daddy's leaving out of town. So that means we have to make everything happen. Audrey made dinner for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because I'm editing the podcast. She made tacos.
Nice.
Yeah, like she cut up the lettuce, the tomato, the meat. She put everything together and she served us all. So, right? Exactly.
She's in the kitchen tearing it up.
Joey is the man of the house. He makes sure all the doors are locked, right? We clean together. Awesome. We work together. They understand. You know, they understand. Yeah. And they know that we're doing the best that we can. They know that because we have these conversations with them. Yeah. And they know, you know, just like when I was gone those 4 days, through my certification, Audrey knows that I've wanted to be a coach for so long. Yeah. And now she sees everything unfolding. And she tells me, she's like, Mom, I think I want to be a coach or a therapist.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She tells me that. You know, and Joey as well, so they see that we're doing it. Yeah. So we're leading by example and showing them that if you want something, you have to get after it. You have to go for it.
Yeah. Kind of like that book that we were listening to. I'm listening to this book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. And it's all about like the people that are the best at whatever it is that they do. And it's crazy because like they kind of share some stories, kind of like about the Beatles and about the guy, this guy, Bob Joy, that he pretty much like revolutionized the internet. But they were saying that it was just the fact, like a big part of their success was just the fact that they had access to be able to do what they wanted to do, like to practice at that thing, just non-stop all the time, you know?
It's our kids also, just so you all know, we don't keep our kids so busy that they don't know how to handle being bored.
Yeah.
Right? Because that there could become a tough situation if your kids are so busy.
Yeah. Boys don't get bored at a certain point.
Well, Joey will.
Because they discover something.
Right. But he'll say, I'm bored. And I'm like, that's good. Yeah. And he's like, why is that good? I'm like, because it's good to be by yourself. Yeah. And it's good just to take quiet time. You know, to by yourself. Yeah. And I ask him, because a lot of times, even as adults, we don't like silence because we can't handle
the thoughts.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've talked to them about meditating and praying, and Audrey sees when I do, and Joey knows, but just being able for them to just woosah and just enjoy this time by yourself.
Enjoy the peace.
And it's okay. Like, we're going to have some times where you're a little bored, right? Which they become more creative when they're bored. Joey, if he's bored, he'll start messing with his Legos. Mom, look what I built. Mom, look, I just learned that I can take my Rubik's Cube apart. Mom, look, I just found out I can put it back together.
Yeah, it's easier than solving it.
Yeah, I'm going to just take it apart.
Take it apart, put it back together.
But like, with Audrey, it's like, do you always have to have music on?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, not all the time. But I check in
aware.
with them. Yeah, I check in with them often to make sure that that's where they're at. Because I don't want them exhausted either. Like, we don't run them, to where they have no time for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, Joey's always outside playing.
Yeah.
Right? When he's not.
Yeah, they get plenty of, like, Audrey will have her friends over.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, and that's what, like, we try to make sure that they have time to do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Like, for her to have friends over, for him to go play with his friends, for them to play in the street.
It's kind of like that. Well, it's like that, what was it? That letter or blog that you wrote the other day.
That I read?
Importance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allowing them to go outside and get dirty and scrape their knees and climb trees.
One day it'll be the last tree that they climb.
Yes. And just because that's how they learn. It's trial and error.
Oh, that's like sports. Like football, I remember that I used to think that. Like, I was conscious of that as a kid.
That's so good.
When I used to play football, I would think about that there would be a day that I would play my last play.
Really?
Like in competitive, like, actual football, And I was like, man, that's going to fucking suck.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I want to talk about our game night because that was very cool. So my coach invited us to his place for a game night or, to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying him a drinking game.
It's like
so
Jenga.
Fun.
It's like Jenga.
Yes. And we were there with a bunch of couples and they were all coaches, right? Yeah. So for me, it's like I'm building my tribe. Mm-hmm. And being able to hang out with like-minded couples.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right? And the conversations were different. They were good. They were uplifting.
Yeah.
We were able to have fun and joke, and they got our nasty jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so important that if you are a married couple, or if you're just a couple in general, to hang out with other couples.
We talk about associations a lot. I mean, every once in a while, over 211 episodes.
Yes.
We've talked about associations quite a bit. And it's huge.
Right.
To be around people that are doing and going places that you want to go.
If you're having a hard time in your relationship, get around other couples that are solid.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, I remember one time in Legal Shield, and it applies for relationships, because they told us the same thing, but it was like with money, like, why would you go to your broke uncle to ask for advice? Or why would you take your broke uncle's advice about money when you're trying to build wealth?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing for relationships. Like, if you want a good relationship, don't go talk to your cousin that's, doesn't know how to handle, like, just been in disaster relationships one after another and gives the worst advice.
Right.
Get around people that have what you want.
Back in my day, I remember giving bad advice because I was so egotistic. I call it she-gotistic, prideful, that if my friend who's in a relationship would come to me and she's talking to me how, her significant other is doing this and doing that. I'm like, girl, you don't need to put up with that shit. Leave his ass. You don't need him, because that's who I was back then. Yeah. Instead of saying, you know what? maybe you should go look into hiring a counselor or a therapist. Do you understand?
Kind of like maybe let's work on you a little bit and see what's going on. Yeah.
But instead, I'm like, girl, are you kidding me?
Fuck that.
Who does he think he is? Right?
Right.
Yeah. You know? And a lot of times that's what we do though.
Yeah.
But what I realized just in time, it's just like with everything, it's finding those that are going to lift you, that have what you want, whether it's a loving relationship, maybe they're great parents, whatever it is, and go and ask some advice. Like humble yourself, right? Humble yourself.
Yeah.
And go ask for some advice. Go look for the help. Yeah. But when you look for the help, make sure you're asking for help by the right people.
And then,
people that are going to give you the good advice.
Ask a question and then listen.
That's right. See, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, real quick, before we get out, do you got anything else on that? Before we get out of here, I wanted to talk about something that had to do with the tournament. And I'm kind of excited about what happened. I didn't win. I lost my match by points. But
barely.
Yeah.
30 seconds in.
Yeah. 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
But I was never in danger. Well, no, there was I do remember there was a point where the guy was trying to choke me, but I was able to like get a hold of his hand, and then at a certain point I was like, he's not gonna get it, and he's gonna burn his hands up. He's not gonna, his grips are gonna burn out before he can choke me. And then we ended up in a like kind of a neutral position, and the time ran out. But I was never really in threat or anything like that. And last time that I competed, I also lost, but I wasn't happy with my performance, and I was pretty upset after the match, right? And immediately after, I signed up for this tournament. And this tournament, I also lost. But I'm fine with this loss, you know, because I put in not everything that I could put in, but I did work a lot more than I did last time. And I did put on a better performance for myself. Like, I know what I'm capable of. And what I'm more excited about is knowing what I'm capable of. And not just like jujitsu, but like just kind of thinking about everything. Like just fucking life in general. And just stop fucking treating everything like it's a fucking Honda Accord. Like, we're fucking Ferraris. We can fucking perform. And that's kind of what I was talking about before. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be fucking crazy like psychopaths or anything, but just like real focused, intense energy on whatever the fuck it is that we're doing.
Right.
It's whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's the podcast, whether it's our relationship, whether it's parenting. Fucking all of it.
Yeah.
Getting excited, babe?
Yeah, it's time to go. And with that,
make sure you guys go to our website, go to oppositesattractpodcast.com, share with the people that you know.
Yes, thank you guys for your love. Thank you for your support. And thank you for watching Opposites Attract Podcast.
Where we get better
together. Bye.